because he has wanted to have his own fragrance for 20 plus years. He didn't do it until it was done right. And that's why this is so different. It's the first and only one of its kind. A solid fragrance. And with a solid, you're not gonna have to be concerned with any of the the alcohol content, for example, in perfumes in some cases. There's no silicones. You are gonna get each one of these are sticks, these are solids. And they are, you get both fragrances, the Absolute Vanilla and the Lavender Rain. Dennis, this is phenomenal. Not only that it's here and it's finally happening, your dream come true, but it's here on sale and with free shipping and a chance to try something that is actually good for us and smells, it makes us smell good, even if it's using it on our hair or on our bodies, right?
It's functional. So most perfumes, you're just spraying it on and that's it. And when I started, looking into perfumes and colognes and what the makeup of it,
yeah.
Yes, so the stick was born. Finally, I needed a purpose, I needed a reason, but I also needed a couple ingredients to make this work because I didn't want to use wax. So there's no wax in this whatsoever. So again, you probably in the last 6 months have heard, if you've watched the show, this gel that I was able to find, and it came from the pharma industry. It's a gel that basically reacts to temperature. It's so cool, and it's a carrier. So this gel basically, and with anything that is a solid, when it gets heated up, it melts. That's the whole premise. But that's why it's very difficult with fragrance and perfume to put it into a solid. But this gel, as it heats up, it doesn't melt. It does the opposite. It gelifies. It actually stiffens up. So it's a kind of like a neutralizer that here I can make a solid, you can put it on and it melts and it just, you can feel it. It just feels like so silky as you get it to warm up. Now you've got a functional product that what I do is I actually put it right through my hair.
Wow.
And this is my morning ritual because my bedhead is pretty nasty and I just push it back. And what other fragrance can you do that? And there's benefits to it. There's hyaluronic acid. I was able to encapsulate it and slow release it. So this acts as a patch. So what I just formed on my hand, and you'll see, and you get a shine from it, but it's not greasy. It acts as an occlusive patch, but not a heavy one. So now I'm keeping that moisture into my skin, but I've also trapped in there hyaluronic acid, cherry butter, green tea, Senpati, which is our above the clouds. So a bit of that scent. By the way, it's amber vanilla, my signature scent.
Yes.
Had to be that as the first one. And my brand new limited edition, we just made one batch of it, which is the Lavender Rain. So imagine just in a field after a thunderstorm. People always say it, but then when you get it home, you get disappointed because no, that doesn't smell like it. I worked so hard on this one to capture that from getting the right ozone to put into it, and a lot of it was there's the familiar and the unfamiliar. So the familiar, the lavender, the wet grass, the typical, but there's an unfamiliar because it's everything else that's around there that affects it as well. And some of the weirdest stuff that you would ever, like from hay to, one of the fragrances that we have, what inspired it was printer's ink, but at a leather factory in Italy. So that blended with the atmosphere. So in this case, the lavender blended with the familiar, the unfamiliar. It took months and months. And yes, I got wet. Look, I'm about the real thing, so I have to experience it myself because then a scent is about that. It's about my experience. Now you're going to have one with it as well. And the functional part of this is there is no wrong. You can put it, and I want you to put it in your hair because that's the best place to put a fragrance. It's like an air freshener. Your hair has movement. Every time you move, that energy wakes up that gel, and it's going to go whether the temperature's warm or cold. It works. It's either going to stiffen up or it's going to loosen up. That's why this patch, I'll have this on until tomorrow morning. Even after I wash, I'll still, because it's put such a protective layer on, but it also allows your skin to breathe. And that's the beauty of this. And the big thing about it, so that's what took so long. They're potent, pure. They're going to last you a long time. Price-wise, again, giving it away. Perfume. at high levels. And these are not your synthetic cheap. These are the absolutes. Like, this is the real deal. I've literally brought you into my lab and opened up my special cabinet, and
Well,
that's what I
this
put in.
is special. I
Waited
mean,
20 years.
yeah, right, exactly. And it's a very creamy, I love the tube idea, or the solid idea. You just rub it onto maybe the trigger points, or like you and I were talking before the show, your neck or behind your ears, but your hair, where, you know, our hair sometimes doesn't have the most pleasant odors. The Absolute Vanilla is your signature. So sexy. I love the expensive European scent that it is. I love too, I think we all love lavender, and the lavender rain is just as though you're walking through an actual lavender feel in the south of France. It's so beautiful.
It's different, right? Is this lavender different from what you've smelled ever?
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's,
yeah.
I don't know if it's just, oh my gosh, you have to try this. Guys, I also wanted to point out that when these sell separately, they're gonna be over $35 a piece. You're getting both for $45. And a little goes a long way. These are gonna last so long, and you don't have to worry about taking them through the airport, that sort of thing. It's the perfect size, the perfect consistency, and it is free of those alcohol, the silicones, the things that some fragrances do contain that ultimately can be unhealthy for us. So 825191 is the item number on the 2-piece functional fragrance set, 825191. Dennis, it gives us time to just one more mention of the incredible value that we have on the 2XL. This is that fiber lift that is so different. This isn't a hairspray. This is so different. It's a